Hey guys, it's Camilla from Code with Camilla. Today we'll be filming our last video about functions.
Okay, so in our several last videos, we talk about functions and parameters, and the question is how you use them. So what I wanted to do is just go back to our previous project multiplication table and see how we can make it more readable. For instance, this program, if you come back after you write it, I mean, it's just absolutely unreadable. So you don't understand what's happening here, and it's very complicated. So what we do as a programmers, we try to build to break a big project, a big task, to a number of smaller tasks, which are easier to manage and easier to read. So if this is our project, let's run it again and see what it's doing. So what it does, first it prints the header, multiplication table, numbers, then it prints the line, then it prints those body, right? So we want to make it easier to read, so let's split it to multiple pieces.
So do you split them into multiple different functions based on their parts?
Exactly. So let's start, we want to print, let's make another function for printing only the header. The header part is, I believe this one, right? This is the header. So you create a function. If you remember, you start with the type of data it returns, the function, but this function does not return anything to the calling function. We just prints, so we return void, which means we return nothing. To print header, you don't have any parameters. We just want to copy the code straight from the here, right? We copy it here and we try to build it. So we have two problems right now. One problem is it does not know this size constant. Why does it know?
Because it's not in the function. It's not a function outside of it.
Yes, because it's in a different scope. So one way to pass the data to functions is to use parameters. So we can call, so you can make another parameter to pass to the function, and we can call it size. So that would be easy. It's one way to do it. Size. So we add a parameter size, and let's see if it builds. Build successful. But the thing is, I don't want to use the parameter which is in all uppercase, because by convention, size by uppercase is used for constants. Constants, it's a kind of variable which does not change. You cannot change, for instance, you cannot make change it to another value. You cannot make it this, right? There's a difference between constant and variables. And convention is that you use uppercase, so you know exactly that it's a constant, and we don't want to use it as a parameter, so I'm going to rename it to make it smaller. And obviously I have to rename it here, because now I'm not using the constant, I'm using a parameter, and I want to call it from the main function. You see, it's not helping me. If you remember, it doesn't help me because it's not static. So I will talk about static in when we talk about objects. But for now, all you have to know that if you're calling from a static function, you can call another static function and just put it like this. So let's build it.
So if you use a static function, it doesn't matter whether you capitalize or not, but if you use void and then static, it matters how you word the variable?
If you call a function from a static function, you have to, that function also must be static. So static calls static.
But a static cannot call a void.
It's not like it's void. It's always void is always present. Static cannot call non-static, and there is no such thing like non-static. You just do like this. This is non-static.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
It's not about void. It's about static. So let's run it and see if you broke anything. Seems the same, right? And we know that we made a change if we just comment out this print header function. So it's not printing header now, right? So now we know that we also probably want to print numbers. That was a header. Now we want to print those numbers. Let's start with static void print numbers. Those come before, right before these are our numbers. So if you run it without numbers, without this part of code, what we have to do?
Put
add another parameter and let's rename it. Oh, we're missing numbers now. Let's put it back.
Then you have to.
We have to call that function. We didn't call it. You see? Print numbers, and it requires. So we pass a parameter, and the parameter is the size, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we want to print one line, right? Because the next, if you remember, so we had header, numbers. Now we have a line, right?
Mm-hmm.
We want to print the line. So just copy the code from here. And we already know it will require
Size.
parameter. We don't have to call it size, we can say length, right? But if we start using length, we have to use it for the size. And we call print line. But what we pass, we always pass size, not the length, because we don't have it. And this is the final. It's a body of the of our table. And it doesn't matter how you put your the order, how you create the functions. You can create them in any order. It doesn't matter, because what matters is how you call them. It's not how you create them. So I can create print body.
Forgot the void.
Exactly, because you're not returning anything, and we know the parameter probably require call size. No, let's copy it here. Let's rename it. This is several places. It's not just one now. That's why its variables are useful. And we finally print body and pass size. And it's exactly the same, right? What we started, it's exactly that our initial program. What's the advantage?
It's much neater, and you can
now
read it.
You know what's happening, right? Because compared to what it used to be, you know, you print the header, printing numbers, print one line, print body. So it's so much easier to read. If you, for instance, have a problem with the header, you want to change the header and say multiplication table, and you want to print the size, right? So you just go here, just this function, you're not changing the main function, you just making change to this function print header, run it, and it works now. So you don't have to rewrite the entire thing. You're just rewriting one small thing. Another thing, for instance, if you want to print just one line after the table, in our previous code you would have to copy all this code from up, down, and you don't know. Here we just call this function again. So this is called code reuse. You're reusing the same code you already wrote, and boom, you have it. But you see the problem, there is a space here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want a space, but we want space in the let's run it again. I want to keep the space in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I want numbers over there, but I don't want to keep the space here. So I want a space here, but not space here. But it's same function. What I'm doing, what I have to tell the print line function. I say, I want to skip this space in one case, but not in the other. So what I can do, I can create another variable. So bool print empty line, and if print empty line is true, what I'm doing, I'm gonna print it. If print empty line, if this parameter is passes, if the parameter is true, I'm gonna print it. I'm gonna print this empty space, this line. If not, then I'm not gonna do it, but I'm not gonna say else because it's there is nothing to do. So now you see it says, oh, you have to pass two parameters. In the first parameters, do I want to print empty line?
Yeah, you want to print the empty line first.
So I put true. And in other case, do I want to print empty line?
No.
I don't. So I call it false. So you see, the same function behaves differently depending on variables. That's how you tell to, you see, now we don't have an empty line. Now if I want to print numbers under empty line, what I'm gonna do?
Just the body part? You're just gonna reprint the body?
No.
Oh, the numbers?
I can call numbers now, right? I can say, let's call it numbers. We're printing numbers, but they don't look right. There's something happened. Let's look our code. So first we printed header, then we printed numbers. You see this? Empty spaces. It looks like we copied the wrong, we moved, it belongs to print numbers, not to header. So this three spaces, whatever spaces, they will belong to print numbers, not the print header. So we made a mistake. We put the wrong code in the wrong, in the wrong function. Now it looks nice. So we printed numbers, and we didn't have to, in our previous code, when we wanted to make all those additional changes to print another line and print numbers, we would have to copy the code from the top to the bottom, right? Because we didn't have the function. With the functions, we were able to reuse the parts of the code and make it easy. And our code is much easier to read now. We can actually make this one also another function called print table. Again, we pass the parameter. What am I doing? Again, this size variable and this size, they're not the same. because this size variable belongs to only this function. This size variable belongs only to this function, and they're not the same. So what I can do now with this one, I can what does it say? Table plus size, but I can also print the same table, but now I want to do 12. As you can see, we missed this another space next line, and that's why they just like overlapping. So let's make another line between these tables. Actually, let's print 2 lines. And run it again. And now you can see we printed multiplication table 10 by 10, multiplication table 12 by 12, and we did it with just one line. We didn't have to copy the code over again in the same, and we can do it over and over and over again. That's the whole point of the functions. You can reuse. So two things we achieving with the functions. You're reusing the code you wrote previously to do the same thing, maybe a little different with different parameters. You see we passed the different parameters and we print a little different table. And the second is so much easier to read now. Well, we did the process we did incorrectly. We did the entire program and then we split it to functions. But in reality, what you do when you when you do your program, you actually start with these logical pieces. You say, I want to print header, print numbers, print line. So I want to say, if you want to do like trailer, you just print trailer, and you just put like something like this: static void print trailer. And you just don't put anything in it, but you made it logically. So you split your entire program to logical pieces, and you start implementing header, numbers, just one by one until you get the entire program ready. But you already have these functions. This is called stub functions. So you just put them just for now. You don't implement them. So you see we didn't implement because we don't know what trailer is. And it's not going to break because it's not doing anything. But if we add something, say, later, right? So later when we implement the function and say this is the trailer, and we run it again, you will see automatically it will appear and your code will, this is the trailer, it will change. Okay?
That's it for today on Code with Camilla. Come back next week for more videos.